Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's class. We're going to continue with the second part of these comparative adjectives we started last class and more about these comparative adjectives, plus some bargaining vocabulary so you know a little bit more about the way you can buy something at a market, not at a supermarket, because that would be different actually. So, welcome and let's start. Last class, we introduced the comparative adjectives. Remember, every grammar rule can be different depending on the complement we have per sentence. So, if you have a grammar rule where you have to follow a specific order, for example, with the comparative adjectives, the verb be is or are, the comparative form of the adjective plus than, right? But yesterday, for example, we read a text or we circled the correct options from an email with little differences when comparing something. For example, when you have an adverb of intensity before the adjective, you are not going to use the comparative form of that. Yeah? For example, very old or pretty small, and not very older but pretty smaller. Yeah? You are not going to use the comparative form with these characteristics. I mean, when you have an adverb of intensity before the adjective. And these are those little details you have to consider every time you want to practice your English. Because if we focus on grammar, you are going for sure, you are going to make a lot of mistakes. Because grammar depends, yeah, on the context. Now we're going to continue practicing these comparative adjectives with exercise number 5. Complete the conversation with the comparative form of the correct adjective from the box. Use which, is, printer, and then as needed. So we need to identify the things we're talking about depending on the things we are comparing. In this case, we have the Excite Excel and the Target 1000. The Excite Excel and the Target 1000. Yeah? Let's start. Here we have the clerk in the image and Yoko. Hello, can I help you? Yes, please. Oh, yes, thanks. Remember? I want to buy a new computer. Okay, these two printers are great. The Target 1000 and the Excite Excel. And then Yoko starts asking, comparing those two products. Which printer is smaller? The Target 1000, the Excite Excel. So, what is the complement we need for this part of the conversation in this sentence? Check the options we have in the instruction and what are the words we need in this part. What do you guys think?
Small.
It's cheaper.
Uh-huh. But the comparative form of that, Gustavo?
Is more small.
Check the question. We have the comparative form for that adjective, and it's not more, but smaller.
Smaller.
Yes. Remember,
Okay.
we use more or less only if the adjective is too long. If the adjective is
Yes.
more than 2 syllables, 3 syllables or more, then you use more or less. If not, then you add er at the end. So the Target 1000 is smaller. And do we add something else or that is enough?
It's enough.
Then, yes. So the comparative form needs 3 parts. The verb be, is or are, the comparative adjective, in this case smaller, and the word than. Okay, these three parts. So, which printer is smaller? The Target 1000 is smaller than the Excite Excel. The Excite Excel is very big. Yeah, that's how we know. What's question number three? If the answer is the Target 1000. Jenny?
Uh, which printer is cheaper? Or is quit?
Is cheaper. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's check. So the Target 1000,
The Tiger 1000 um,
is smaller.
but the question is which printer is
cheap.
cheaper?
The Tiger is a 1000 quit.
It is the target.
Expensive. But we
No.
need a cheap, new, quite, or small, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the question is the which printer is
Cheap.
cheaper? So you already have the adjective in the question.
Cheap. Cheap.
Uh-huh. And the comparative form of that?
The Target 1000 is cheaper than
Is cheaper than the exercise.
The Excite Excel. It's only 120. Which one? It's only 120. The Target 1000 or the Excite Excel?
It's,
The target 1000
The Target 1000, yeah? Yeah. So which printer is smaller? The Target 1000 is cheaper than the Excite Excel. It's only 120, which means that it is talking about the Target 1000. The Target 1000 is only 120. What's question number five? If the answer is the Excite Excel, the Target 1000. The Target 1000 is pretty loud.
it's
which
which
printer is
is
quieter?
it's quiet. It's more quiet.
Which printer is quieter? Quieter.
Which
Which printer is quieter? The Excite Excel,
is quite quieter
quieter
than the target 1000.
than the Target 1000. The Target 1000 is pretty loud. What's question number seven? If the answer is the Excite Excel, the Target 1000 is a year old.
Which
okay. No,
which printer
it's
is
new.
is newer?
Which printer's newer?
It's no.
The excite
The Excite Excel
The site Excel is newer
than
than
is newer
newer.
than. Check.
The Tiger.
As I was saying, we have some exceptions, right? As I was saying, we have some exceptions. Do we need than here? No,
No,
because
teacher, my comparison.
because we have a period here. Yeah. Of course, we could say the Excite Excel is newer than the Target 1000. We could do that. Yeah. But we don't need that. So we can only say the Excite Excel is newer. Yeah. And then period, the Target 1000 is a year old. Okay. Thanks. I want to buy the XL. So check. We don't use then the target 1000 because we already know that we are comparing the XL to the target 1000, right? We already know that. So we don't need to repeat it. But if you want to repeat it, that's okay. It's not necessary, but that's okay. Yeah. So let's read it. Who wants to read the clerk's part and who wants to read Yoko's part? Janice, clerk's part, and Yoko's part. Who wants to read it? Clerk Janice and Yoko Gustavo.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hello, can I help you?
Yes, please. I want to view a new printer.
Okay, these two printers are great. The Target 1000 and the Excel XL. Excite XL.
Which printer is smaller?
The Target 1000 is smaller than the Excite XL. The Excite XL is very big.
Which printer is cheaper?
The Target 1000 is cheaper than the Excite XL. It's only $120.
Which printer is quieter?
Oh, the Excite XL is quieter than the Target 1000. The Target 1000 is pretty loud.
Which printer is newer?
The Excite XL is nowhere. The Target 1000 is a year old.
Okay, thanks. I want to buy the Exire XL.
Yes, perfect. I want to buy, right? It's like buy, 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 buy. But the verb. This one here, quieter, quieter. If you want to do it kind of separated, it's quieter, quieter,
Quieter.
quieter. But you, in a more fluent way, you say quieter, quieter. So you kind of shorten it. Okay, let's continue practicing. Look at this. Please raise your hand if you want to participate. Write sentences about the pictures. Use the comparative form of the adjectives. The adjectives, we have them in parentheses here. Yeah? We have them in parentheses here and here. Depending on the adjective, it's the noun you are going to start your sentence with. So the things you are going to compare are the bicycle and the motorcycle. Yeah? The first one, since the adjective is small, the comparative form of small is smaller. Yeah? Smaller. So which one is smaller? The motorcycle or the bicycle? In this case, it's the bicycle. Yeah? You start with the bicycle because the bicycle is smaller than the motorcycle. Janice, what about with expensive? Which one do we
The,
use at the beginning?
the motorcycle is more expensive than the bicycle.
Yes, than the bike. Yeah,
The bike.
we can also say the bike or bicycle are both correct. Be careful as you did. Yeah, that was correct. Not to say that, but then, right? Which is a very, very common mistake. Now, what about with the adjective heavy, Jenny?
The motorcycle is more heavy than The bicycle.
Check that we only use more with adjectives which are
Very.
3 syllables, more than 2 syllables, right?
Heavier.
So heavy is only 2 syllables.
Yes.
You can use the comparative form of heavy by adding er at the end.
Heavier.
Heavier, exactly.
It's heavy.
But in this case, since you have a consonant before the y, you need to
Change
drop
the
that
word.
y and then
Yes.
add er. Yeah.
I
So
can use more.
no, not in this case, right? The adjective needs to be longer, so you use more. Like as we did with expensive. Expensive is longer, so you don't say expensiver, but more expensive. Yeah.
Teacher, can you repeat? So, like, mean switch. That's when you switch the Y by
Y to I.
yes.
Mhm.
How you say in English? How do you say in English? The change.
You drop Y.
Drop,
Drop.
drop.
You
Okay.
drop Y. It's like psh,
Drop Y.
psh, you
Okay.
drop it. Yeah. And then you add IER. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what about quiet, Nayeli?
Um, the bicycle is quieter than the motorcycle.
Quieter than the motorcycle. Yes. The motorcycle. And what about with fast, Marisol?
The motorcycle is faster than the bicycle.
The motorcycle is faster than, oh, the bike or bicycle. Both are correct. Okay. This is what we have here, right? But then we can give our opinion about something. What's your opinion? Write sentences about the pictures in exercise 1. Use the comparative form of the adjectives. Isa, what about number 1 with the adjective nice? In your opinion,
Yes. In my opinion, the motorcycle is considerably, no, is more nice. Como conducir, bike, no,
then the
nice
bike.
than the bike. Ajá.
Mhm. Isa, remember that we only use more with adjectives which are more than 2 syllables. Like expensive, expensive is 3 syllables. That's why with expensive we use more expensive. But since nice is only 1 syllable, nice, that's why you have to make the adjective end in er. So you don't use more, but you say nicer. Yeah,
Nicer. Okay. Mhm.
nicer than the bike.
Bicycle.
Mhm. In your opinion, right? And that is what most people think. Willie, what about number 2?
Yes, if you ask me, the motorcycle is better than the bicycle.
Okay, than the bike or the bicycle. Yeah, right. That is on your own perspective. If we consider the global warming, if we consider taking care of the earth, then people would say, no, the bike is better than the motorcycle. Yeah, it depends. Here, the comparison may be different on your opinions. Remember, if the adjective is more than 2 syllables, use more or less before the adjective. Yeah. But if the adjective it's 1 or 2 syllables, then you add er at the end. You need to make the adjective end in er. Smaller, heavier, quieter, faster, newer, nicer. Yeah? But we also have some irregular adjectives like good, where you don't add er at the end, but you need to change the adjective completely, right? So instead of saying gooder, that doesn't exist, you use better. Yeah? And the same with bad, which is an adjective we wrote last class. Bad, it's an irregular adjective, so you don't say better, but worse. Yeah? Those change completely. Did you have the opportunity to watch Frozen? The first 30 minutes of the movie? It's different when you watch a movie in English and then when you watch it in Spanish. It's different. Some jokes, some funny parts from the movie can be different in English. I mean, we could have jokes, we could have funny parts in English that in Spanish they don't even mention. It's like, because that doesn't make any sense in Spanish. We wouldn't understand it in Spanish, but in English we can make jokes with that. Yeah. And could you identify the joke, Nadia? Don't mention the joke. Just say if you could identify it. Watch it. Because we may listen to people making mistakes, grammar mistakes, as a joke. Okay? People also make grammar mistakes in songs. That's why I never recommend songs in order for you to practice your English. I never recommend songs for you to practice your English because they make on purpose, they make grammar mistakes in order for them to make the song catchy. Catchy. So you have the song on your mind. It's like, oh yes, this song is very good. And then you have it playing on your mind every day, all day long. Yeah. But that is why they make grammar mistakes there. So you have a catchy song. So you remember the song. That's why I am never going to recommend songs for you to practice your English because that is completely a mess. Not every song, but most of them. Watch a movie or any one you want. But I'm referring to Frozen because this is where you are going to find that joke. Okay? If you get used to watching movies in English, this is to make that long story short. When I started watching movies in English, the movies I've watched in English, I only watch them in English. When I have them in Spanish, they are not the same for me. Because you get the jokes, you get the topic, you get the intention in English, which is different to Spanish. When they translate it to Spanish, they make different jokes or they make different expressions. But when I watched movies in Spanish, old movies in Spanish, I cannot watch those movies in English. That is something weird that happens to me. Yeah. Everyone may be different. The same happens when someone tells you, oh, you have to leave English everywhere. You have to use everything in English, and you have to even change the settings from your cell phone to English so you practice your English every day. But that is not a good advice. I don't recommend that because there are some things you are used to in Spanish, and there's no way you can change them. If I change my cell phone to Spanish, I'm okay. But if I change it to English, it's stressful for me. Yeah? I understand it, I know what it is, but somehow for me, have it in English, my cell phone, it's stressful. In Spanish is better for me. So that why am I saying this? What I mean is you are going to start using English for a lot of things. And if you start using English without translating it to Spanish, you are going to see that you are going to learn English in English, think in English, process English, and understand English in English. That when someone asks you, what is the meaning of that in Spanish? You are going to be like, oh, wait a second. What is it in Spanish? Because you only have it in English in your mind. Yeah. And this is something fun. You are going to start feeling it that way one day. Let's write more vocabulary. Check. Let's forget a little bit, only a little bit, about the comparisons, and let's write more vocabulary. Do you know what is the meaning of a bargaining?
No.
You know what a bargain is, but maybe in English you haven't heard it before. When you go to a market, when you go to a market and you have something there, I'm going to talk about a pen. This is just a pen, right? You have a garage sale, yeah, for example, a garage sale, and I'm selling this pen in $5. $5 is like $5 for a pen. It's like no. Uh, how about $1 for the pen? I'm bargaining. Yeah. It's like I am not going to buy this pen for $5. Come on. But what about $1? Yeah. Or maybe $2. Yeah. I'm bargaining for a lower price. I'm not going to pay more money for a pen, but I like the pen. So I want the pen, but not for $5. What about two? $2 is okay. And then the other person may say, like, no, come on. This is a very special pen. So that's why I'm selling it at $5. But not $5, nor one or two, but what about three? Is that okay? $3 for the pen? Okay, okay, $3 is okay. And that yes, no with the prices, with the different prices, it's a bargaining. Yeah. So do you bargain? In some places you do. But if you go to Walmart, you wouldn't bargain. Yeah. They have the prices already set. And you cannot say, oh, 5,000 pesos for this? No. How about 3,000? It's like, oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah. They are not going to accept the bargaining because the price is already there. But let's write some vocabulary in order for you to bargain for a lower price. When you are not able to pay, not because you don't have the money, but because you don't want to pay that money for something, you can say, how about? How about? And you give the price you want to pay. How about 20? How about, yeah? And you give your price, the price you would be able to pay. Or will you take? How about 20? Will you take 20? How about 20? Will you take 20? Or would you? Yeah. Would you take 20? Will you take or would you take? It's the same. These three options are exactly the same. If you receive a price for something, it's like, how much is this? It's $50. Ooh, no, no, no. How about $30? Will you take $30? Would you take $30? Yeah, so you start bargaining. That doesn't mean the salesperson or the person who's selling the stuff is going to accept. Yeah, that doesn't mean the other person is going to accept your offer. No, that person may suggest a different price. So that doesn't mean the other person is going to accept your offer, but maybe the person is going to suggest a different price. And that person is going to suggest a different price by saying, you can have it or them, depending on if it's singular or plural, for, and then the suggestion, right? Or I'll, contraction of I will, let you have it, not have it, or them for, or the last one, I'll, contraction of I will, give it or them to you, to you for, and then the different price. For example, I have a garage sale and this is a TV. Ooh, look at this TV. This is an old TV. Yeah, it's an old TV. It's 20 inches. And the price for this TV is $50. Yeah, this is the price I gave this TV for. And you ask me, oh, how much is this TV, this old TV? Does it work? And I can say, yeah, it still works. How much is it? It's $50. But you don't want to pay $50 for this TV. You like it because you like it's old. Yeah, that is what you're looking for. Maybe you collect old stuff, but you don't want to pay $50. So you can say, how about $30? Will you take $30? Or would you take $30? But I don't think $30 is a fair price for my TV because this is old, but it still works and it's beautiful. So I don't accept those $30, but I tell you, I suggest a different price. Okay, no, $30 is not enough for me. So I can tell you, you can have it for 40, or I'll let you have it for 40, or I'll give it to you for $40. Okay, yeah. Or maybe the other person is not going to accept and she's leaving. Yeah, maybe. This is a bargaining. You suggest, you give an offer and the other person can accept that offer or suggest a different price, not the original one, right? So is the concept, is the word bargaining clear?
Teacher, it's like it's a verb, bargaining, a verb.
Yeah,
I bargaining today. I know.
I'm I'm
Um.
bargaining. Yeah.
o-
So you bargain, she bargains, we are
Okay.
bargaining. Wait a second, we're bargaining. Yeah. So yeah,
In
that is a
past,
verb. Bargained. It's a
bargain.
regular verb, so you add ed at the end.
Is
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, but
is
Nadia, you are not new in this course, Nadia. You are not new. You know, confirming in Spanish is not something we do here. You're not new. Come on. Sorry. Who else?
Sorry,
is
sorry, es que no, I didn't understand.
Okay, then ask. Then ask, but don't confirm in Spanish.
teacher
Teacher,
is
Aha.
the
when I,
same
sorry, sorry.
Christian, go ahead.
okay. Is the same negotiation bargaining.
It is kind of a negotiation, yes. Kind of like that. Mhm. Jenny?
Teacher, when I can use them.
Oh, when it's plural. For
Oh,
example, we have, I don't know. Well, yeah, this could be, well, let's pretend there are two TVs. Yeah, let's pretend there are two TVs. So you bargain for those two TVs, and I can tell you, you can have them for 40. Yeah, because they're plural.
I,
Okay.
I wait.
Mhm. You can have them for 40, or I'll let you have them for 40, or I'll give them to you for 40 when they're plural, right? Yes.
Thank you, teacher.
Remember, the purpose of you not when you don't have to confirm in Spanish, so it's not because I don't want you to understand it in Spanish, but this is what I was saying before, right? When you start confirming something in Spanish, which is something we explained in level A1, you keep it in Spanish. And that is not the point. You are supposed to get it in English. But teacher, what happens if I don't understand? Ask me. Teacher, can you please give me another example? Or tell me, teacher, I don't understand. What is bargaining? Yeah? Ask, but don't confirm in Spanish. That's a gold rule. That's a gold rule. Ask. Okay, let's practice with this. And check, when you have it in Spanish right here, when you have it in Spanish right here, it's because you already understood. So don't say it. And don't say it here. Number one, write B for bargaining for a lower price, or S for suggesting a different price. Then add the correct punctuation. We have punctuation marks. The punctuation marks are a period. Remember what is a period? A period is this beep, period. Yeah? On texts, period. We have an exclamation mark or a question mark, equals mark, um, quotation mark. This is a quotation mark, or we may have a percentage mark, or a price mark, or a slash mark, or a parenthesis. But well, that is more that is for some other uses, but not for what we're going to work on. And the ones we are going to use here are a question mark or a period. Yeah, a question mark when it's a bargaining, yeah, when it's a question for bargaining for a lower price, and a period when it's a sentence, when it's a suggestion, yeah. For example, number one, B, will you take 100? Yeah, this is bargaining for a lower price. It's a question mark, yeah. What about number two? I'll let you have it for 85. Is it bargaining for a lower price or suggesting for a different price? A different price.
Suggesting for a different price.
Suggesting a different price. So do we write a question mark or a period?
A period.
Yeah, period, because this is a suggestion, not a question. What about number three? You can have it for 15.
It's a
Suggesting.
different price.
This is actually a suggestion. You can have it, I'll let you have it, I'll give it to you. Yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
So, period.
Period.
How about 35?
Bargaining.
Bargaining
Bargaining.
is
This
B.
is when you
It's
kind
letter
of negotiate, right? This is
Yes.
like, no, 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 that's expensive. How about 35? Bargaining. Question mark or period?
Question mark.
mark.
Question mark, because it's bargaining, yeah? Would you take 12?
Yes, letter B.
Bargaining.
Bargaining.
Bargaining. So it's a
Question
question
mark.
mark.
Question mark.
I'll give it to you for 45.
Suggestion.
The suggesting.
Suggesting a different price. So we have a period here.
Period.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, do you have any questions in English? Okay. So check. Copy this, read it out loud, say the things you remember. But when something comes to your mind in Spanish, oh, catch it. Catch it, get it there. Don't let that word in Spanish come out of your mouth. This is something strange for some people because you may feel like something is not the way you would like it to be. Yeah. But I promise, if you ask me, if you have different options, different examples, you will get it. You will get it for sure. Different time for some others, different examples, different times, but you will for sure. Number two, let's see. Look at the pictures. This is kind of fun. Look at the pictures. Complete the conversation with some of the sentences from exercise one. Look at it. We have been, not been, but been, and hai. Maybe the pronunciation for the names can be different, right? Excuse me, how much is this plate? Look at this. This is a plate. And the salesman or the salesperson, it's only 20. Look at it. It's only 20. Oh, that's expensive. Yeah? For the client, the customer, it's expensive. Okay? Would you take 12? Not $20, but 12? What do you think Hai would say after, no, I'm sorry.
You can have it for 16.
I'll give you for $50, $15.
15, yeah. So, or 16. So
Yeah.
you can use any of the three expressions we used for suggesting for a different price. You can have it, I'll let you have it, or I'll give it to you. Yeah?
I'll give it to you.
You can have it. I will write the first one. You can have it because it's singular for $16 or $15. This may vary, right? Okay, thanks. I'll take it. Then he decides not to pay 20 nor 12, but 16. Ah, that was a good bargain. What about letter B? Excuse me. How much is this hat? It's only 60. Whoa, that's expensive. What would Gustavo ask if he
How
does
about
not want to pay 60? Huh?
how about 50? $50?
How about 50? Or how about 40? Yeah? Or how about 30? You bargain. It's your decision. No, I'm sorry. 60 is a good price. And then Gustavo is like, okay. Eh. So, well, thanks anyway. But Ivan is like, no, 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 no. Wait. What does Ivan say after Gustavo says, okay, thanks. Anyway.
Will you take?
How about
Will you take?
But the bargain is already done. The bargain is how about 30? How about 50? Sorry. Or will you take 50? Or would you take 50? That's bargaining. But what is the expression for suggesting a different price?
you can have it?
I'll let you have it for 40.
Uh, if we consider the bargain, which is 50,
No, maybe you can
You can have
have it for $55.
55.
55.
aha, for
You can have
55
it.
would be okay. Yeah. If we consider the bargain, which is 50, yeah, and he didn't accept 50, he's like, no, no, no. 60 is a good price. But you can have it for 55, that's okay. If the
Right.
bargain, if the bargain would be 40, then you can say maybe 45 or 50. Yeah. It depends on the bargain, the suggestion. Okay. You can say you can have it for, or let's change it to a different option. I'll let you have it for 55, or I'll give it to you for 55. Yeah. Those three are the same expressions. Got it? copy this, read it out loud. Try to pretend you are in a situation like this so you don't have to translate. If you have any questions, please ask. Remember, if you have it here in Spanish, don't say it. If you have it here in Spanish, most of the times, it's because you already understood it. Don't say it. Well, this was about bargain. I'm pretty sure you will have the opportunity to bargain for something, but I don't always do that. It depends on what you are suggesting or what you are buying. If you have the money to buy it, or if it's something you don't think it's enough or fair for you to pay for that object in the price they're giving. Yeah. Now, before we continue with more vocabulary, we are going to listen to an audio. Okay. This audio is about a bargain, basically. They are going to give different prices for different things. And what are you going to do? Let me write it here. And with this, we're done. What are the things on sale? And how much are they? Sorry. How much are they? Check the question. How much are they? Different to how much money they pay for them. Okay? How much are they? Know how much money they pay after the bargain. Got it?
Okay.
So, listen and answer.
Page 69, Exercise 3. Listening. How much is it? 1,
Excuse me, how much are the skis? The skis? They're $175. Wow, they're pretty expensive. Well, they're almost new. I wore them only once. Would you take $100? No, sorry. I think $175 is a good price. Okay then. Well, thank you anyway. Just a moment. I'll give them to you for $150. Really? I'll take them. Thanks.
2,
How much is that?
This? Oh, it's, $30.
Does it still work?
Sure. It's black and white, but the picture is very good.
Is there a remote control?
No, sorry.
Would you take $20?
Sorry, but I'll let you have it for $25.
All right. Thanks.
3,
These are cool.
Yeah, my husband doesn't want to sell them, but they're really big, and he has some new, smaller ones now. The sound is good.
How much?
$70.
Wow, that's expensive. Will you take $40?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, thanks anyway.
Wait, you can have them for, say, $55. Just don't tell my husband.
That's not bad. Okay, $55.
4,
So, do you play?
I do. How much are they?
$130.
Would you take $120?
I'm sorry. $130 is the price.
I don't know. That's a lot of money. How about $125?
No, I'm sorry. I think $130 is a good price.
All right. I'll take them. Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Hey, these are really heavy.
Do you need to listen again? Okay, let's check answers. What are the things on sale? Could you identify them?
Skis.
Skis.
Okay.
Okay.
Remote control.
And how much are they?
175.
150. 150.
150.
150.
150.
Okay, so skis,
Skis.
150.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
No. 175?
Aha, 175.
See?
Yes. The suggestion was 150.
The suggestion was actually something different. The
Yes.
suggestion was $100 only. Yeah. But, well, no, sorry.
No,
That was
bargain.
the bargain. The bargain,
Yes.
yes.
The bargain.
And the suggestion, you were correct.
150.
150. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry about it. So the price is 175. And what is the place, the price, sorry, they paid for the skis?
150.
150. That was the final price, right?
Yeah.
What is the second product? Could you identify it?
Remote control?
A
No, what
TV.
is it? Huh?
Mirror.
A TV.
A TV, yes.
TV?
They
Okay.
didn't mention all the products,
Oh, yeah.
literally. Yeah, they didn't mention all of them. But look
She-
at the description. She said, the picture is very good. And then he said, does it have a remote control? Yeah. So it's a TV.
Okay.
How much is the TV?
30.
$30?
30.
$30.
$30. And could you identify the final price?
25.
25.
25, yes. Do you remember the bargain?
20.
20?
20. Yes, perfect. Now, what is the third item? Could you identify it? They didn't mention it.
Uh-huh.
Something like music?
Mm-hmm. What do you use to listen to music? Not here, because one of the adjectives she said to describe these things is they're pretty big. So what is something you use to listen to music which can be pretty big there on your living room if you have it on your living room?
Or
Huh?
Um,
Well, this is only an example, okay? For example, this part of your cell phone is where you listen to.
País.
Huh?
Pero ¿cómo se dice? I don't know. I don't know say in English.
Okay, but you already identify it, right?
mhm.
Those are speakers.
Speaker. Yes.
Speakers, yes, you know this one, right? Those
Yeah.
speakers are for you to listen to sounds, yeah? Your TV has speakers, your cell phone has speakers, you have, or you may have a place where you play music and it has speakers, and these speakers were too big. How much are they?
70.
So
$70. Is it?
7.
And
Yes.
what is the final price?
55.
55.
55. But don't tell my husband, she said.
Yes.
Do you remember the bargain for these
40.
speakers?
40.
40. Yeah, that was too low, right? Too low. And what are the last, or what is the last item?
Video game or
The
play
play.
or something like this. Play.
Okay, well, no.
No.
They were golf, no, sorry. Golf clubs.
Club. Goal.
Golf club.
Block.
Those are kind of stakes, large stakes with something at the end. So you play golf, yeah? So you stand and you play golf. Golf stakes or golf club.
Okay.
How much are they?
It's
One,
it's
130.
final price.
Okay,
130 is the price.
130. What
Yeah.
was the bargain?
120.
120.
120.
120.
What was the final price?
130.
125.
125.
25.
125.
25. 130.
130,
120.
yes.
She say is
Oh, yes.
She didn't accept
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
bargain. Yeah?
yeah.
Yes, yes,
She said
yes.
like,
No,
no, I'm sorry.
it's
130 is a
heavy.
good price. Yeah?
Yes, yes.
But he gave another bargain. He's like, okay, not 120, but what about 125? And she insisted, no, I'm sorry. 100, 130 is a
Right.
good price, right? So she didn't accept the bargain. Yeah? Listen to the audio again. Try to identify the description they gave for the speakers, the description they gave for those golf stakes or those golf club. So you kind of improve your vocabulary, okay? Thank you so much for being here. Remember, you can also write the script for these audios. And if you send me the script, I can send you a picture of the original script just so you compare and identify those things you already understand clearly, those things you don't understand, those things you think you do, but you don't actually do. That would be it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much and see you tomorrow. Have a great night.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher.
Thank
See you.
you.
Teacher, I have
Ah, uh-huh.
in the day Thanksgiving we have a class the
Yeah.
Thursday.
This Thursday, is it? Oh,
Thursday. The Thanksgiving.
wait a second. I'm going to tell you. But yeah, we are going to have class. Wait a second. Mm-hmm. Yes. 27. Yeah, the only days we're going to not to have class is 30, 31, sorry, and 24.
Okay.
31 and 24. But we're going to have that class on Friday. Okay? So we are not going to miss any class.
Okay.
Got it?
Thank you,
Yes.
teacher.
Sure. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.